Hello everyone, it's I, Wacky Animative here to present you with What If Deku Had the Frankenstein Quirk. Before we get into part 1, there's one thing I want to say. I'm sorry about the audio. I know it sounds off. It's mainly because I don't have my normal mic. I'm using my laptop mic because my mic is currently at my house. I'm not there currently because I had to go towards a relative's house for a little family meeting. Anyway, aside from that, let's go ahead and get into it. Currently, Izuku Midoriya has just gotten out of bed. As he does, he begins to walk to the restroom to pee. As he proceeds to walk to the restroom, he hears a thud and a splashing sound. He immediately thinks in his head, please let it be my imagination this time, and not be that my Ultra Stick fell off again. He looks down directly into the toilet and begins to sigh. Time skip 1 hour and a half. After spending an hour getting ready for school, he runs down the stairs in a rush, only to see his mom with breakfast already made, or in his opinion, death on a plate, as he sees a purple sludge on the plate that he swears smiled at him. As his mom sets it on the table, Izuku immediately says, sorry mom, I'm gonna be late if I stay to eat. Eat without me. Bye. As Izuku runs to the door with a bright neck-breaking speed, he notices he's now falling as his legs just detach from him. He hears his mom say, honey, how about you eat? I will drive you to school afterwards. As Izuku looks back and sees the plate with purple sludge on it smile at him again, this time with a death cloud coming out of it, directly above it. He screams in his head, oh no, as he crawls to the door as fast as possible while yelling at his legs to reattach quicker. He notices the front door open and sees his best friend Kirishima. As he opened the door and scanned this situation and saw his mom's death on a plate, he looked at Izuku, picked him up along with his legs, and started running like a madman while screaming. Running away may not be the manliest option, but in this case, it definitely is. As Kirishima was carrying Izuku and holding his detached legs, he failed to notice everyone he ran past had a horrified face, staring at the scene, and I'm pretty sure one of them shit themselves as he ran past them. As Izuku says, thank you for saving me from dying and all, but you do know this situation looks like a crime. Like, it looks like you just murdered me and detached my legs. So, could you please put me down before a police officer arrives or something? Just as he says that, he looks behind Kirishima, noticing a cop chasing after him on foot, while some guy in the background is chanting, get him, get him. Time skip 2 hours. After explaining their situation to the cop like 5 times, Kirishima and Izuku finally made it to class, just a great deal late, as they went into the school building, and up the stairs towards their classroom. They knocked on the door for the teacher to let them in after they got their excuse, but the teacher did not let them in, and they were stuck outside for an hour until Izuku just opened the door, catching everyone in the classroom's attention, and walked to his desk. He noticed more words were on his desk than usual. Words were written in marker or carved into his desk, such as Deku, waste of space, etc., and along with it, a few spider lilies laid on his desk. As he stared at his desk, he clenched his fists. As Kirishima walked in and noticed the desk and people staring at him, he was about to say something to comfort Izuku, but was cut off by the teacher. You're late, and so is Kirishima, and I noticed you carved into your desk, and you placed flowers on them. School decorations are not allowed. After all, flowers and many other things are allowed on school premises. They're all contraband. So, you're gonna have to have school suspension for bringing those flowers, as he points towards them and walks closer towards Izuku. He says, "You're also going to have to pay for that desk." He puts his hand on Izuku's shoulder and says, "Now sit down before whispering in his ear like a good dog." As Izuku hears this, he walks closer to his desk and sits down with his head on his desk and eyes not shown for the rest of the day, leaving a worried Kirishima, who tried to talk to him but was silenced by the teacher. Time skipped to the last class of the day. As the last class was being taught, Kirishima began to worry more about Izuku, since this has been happening for a while to him, and no matter how many times Kirishima interferes, it continues to happen to Izuku. Izuku does not want him being involved in his problems again, but it's so hard for Kirishima to watch. As Kirishima was thinking this, the teacher began to announce self-study, since he had an emergency to attend to, apparently. As Kirishima notices the teacher leave, he also notices Bakugo, who was across from Izuku, get out of his desk and walk towards him. As he was in front of Izuku, he says, "Hey Deku, do you want to still become a hero with that shitty quirk of yours? Well, I might just know a way." As he says this, Izuku lifts his head up a little bit, showing his lifeless eyes, which brightened up a little bit on Bakugo's words, until Bakugo finished his sentence. "Just jump off a roof and pray for a better quirk in your next life." As this was said, everyone aside from Kirishima starts to laugh at him and say things like, him being a failure, him being a hero, that's just hilarious, and many more things. But one insult made it to where Izuku started to get pushed over the edge a little bit too much. He ended up hearing, "A hero with a quirk like this, he may be a better villain." As he hears this, he hears gasp around and screams, but was furious as he lifts his head up in rage and stares in the direction of the voice, but was horrified about what he sees. He notices a man directly at the front door of the classroom, with it slightly opened, with a severed head in his hand, staring directly at him with a creepy smile adorned on his face, as he says, "So why don't you become a villain? Think of this as recruitment. That's what we came here for, after all." As his sinister smile grows even wider and he starts to laugh, I begin to end this What If. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you destroy that subscribe button into oblivion, and I'll see you all next time. I hope you all enjoyed.